Hello, Deviants, and welcome to the Season 5.1 draft. I am your host, Saito, with my co host, Sully, over there. All right, everybody.
Somewhere.
Wow, what a race! That was good.
Yeah,
That was good stuff.
yeah, no, it was really clean. So props to all those drivers. Congrats, Glovis, on the win. Noticed, I don't know if you saw this, Ido, but early pit strat seemed to work out. Get out, you just kind of fell behind, but no one kind of caught back up. So good job on that strategy, Glovis. First in and kind of maintained it from there.
Right? So I was getting a lot of this set up to make sure that it was all going to go off without a hitch and everything as much as it can. Um, so excuse me for any technical difficulties. I've never done anything like this before. It's my first time on this software, but I did miss what happened to Merck because he was in fourth, and then I went to check what was going on, and he fell back.
He took a second pit. No one else did. So.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, interesting strategy to get on the softs there at the very end. I thought he had enough tire and fuel left to make it to the end, but maybe, Merc and his fuel issues, maybe he had just underfilled slightly on that other one. Don't know what
Maybe
was going on there. Or, he just fell in love with Group 4 and sandbagged. Let us know in the comments, Mark, what you
sandbagged. Well,
decided
there's
to
a new
do.
GR4 coming apparently. A Hyundai. Maybe he really wants to drive that Hyundai, right?
Yeah, man, that Elantris, that fit is just super sexy.
Dude, we all
Tr
know that there's not a cooler car on planet Earth than a
yeah.
Hyundai Elantra.
We all know Merc rather drive that than a Corvette.
Right? Right? Merc hates Corvettes.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Excuse me too for looking down. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything as
Yeah.
we go to get started. So,
Yep. I
but
imagine the captains are filing into their group chat as we speak. It's herding cats doing that, so give them a little bit of
yeah,
time.
we might have gone live a little too early. And you,
Oh well.
dog, I'm trying. I'm trying. um, we might have gone on
Speaking
a
of
little bit
trying,
too early, but everybody just gets to look at our pretty mugs.
s- yeah,
Along
speaking
with
of, I mean, I know I'm not in a tuxedo like Mark, but I've got better swag on,
you do. You have
than
better you
a,
have better swag than me. I don't have any deviant swag. I like and I have the ability to make deviant swag and just it never turns out right.
yeah,
So
you should at least put yourself a sticker and put it on your forehead or something.
I could have put a sticker on my forehead. Exactly right. So I could put like I thought about putting a giant sticker on my wall. But then
Bad.
was like,
Don't ruin your wall.
I have to repaint it then.
Yeah,
Um
no.
All right. So while we are waiting for everybody to file in, I think that everybody would be interested to know we do have the schedule out officially for next season, and we can talk about that for a minute. If
Yeah.
I can pull that up, is everybody ready? Drum rolls, please. All right. So we have Daytona 24 hour. Of course, most of us, longtime deviants, will know that the Daytona 24-hour cycle is the thing that we do every January. It's tradition. The first race of this first New Year's season always going to be the Daytona road course 24 hour. Um,
Yeah.
so and then
Just bringing the
Trial
new year with some
Mountain.
fireworks in the sky.
Yeah. Oh, and I love a good well lit night race. Excuse me. Um,
Yeah.
and then Trial
Yas Marina
Mountain,
does that well.
which Trial Mountain, take it or leave it kind of deal with Trial Mountain.
Another
Um,
classic in the Deviant series. It's probably what the third time we've driven it in the World Series or something like that.
I think it might be the third, and then I know that we did it for the endurance, the F1 across the ages endurance. We
Hmm.
were at Trial Mountain as well. Um, so and then we've got Goodwood, and I have been asked to vehemently defend Goodwood. Um, all of you picked Goodwood, so nobody
It
gets to
was voted on.
complain about Goodwood.
This is what
Okay.
democracy gets us.
Right? Right?
I mean,
This is
I'm kind of excited for it because I know it's not a technical track or anything like that, but it is a tight track. So if you get in a pack, there's going to be a lot of fun battling there. And if you mess up, you're off into the grass forever. It's a slick grass surface.
mhm.
So it's really going to be about making clean passes, though that actual like in-pack driving skill, which is going to be fun to watch.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. I think that so there was like a chat behind the scenes about the defending Goodwood or whatever, and I mentioned something that I feel like uh, I should say here in front of everybody is that I think that the world format that we have would work on any track in the game. So like Goodwin doesn't scare me. I think we're all going to be fine. I think we could do Eiger if we put our mind to it. I think we could do the Alsace test track, that weird little short amoeba that's even shorter than
Yeah.
Goodwood. We could do Stage X, honestly. I
That's
don't know
just
how much
boring.
fun
Jesus.
everybody finds drafting, but you know,
Yeah.
um,
That one would definitely really come down to your drafting strategy and pit strategy more than anything else.
right.
So
All right, so me and Sully don't ever get to decide. Tracks are above our pay grade. So you guys maybe vote for Stage X next time. Just since we're doing this. So we go back to the schedule then after Goodwood.
uh, everyone's gonna choose that as their drop race and be like one person on track.
All right.
I could finally get a win.
Because everybody's gonna drop. you you and me both, brother, until I hit the chicane in the very last lap. So because I'm going to hit that chicane 4 or 5 times. I Goodwood
Oh,
Goodwood
I was talking
drives
about
me up a
Special Stage
wall. I'll
X.
defend us doing it and all, but like, oh, I hate it.
I was talking about Special Stage X. We do that, no one will show up.
Oh, in Special Stage X, nobody will show up. Yeah, no, yeah, we could get one too. I don't know. All the people that did the NASCAR race, I feel like will show up on Special Stage X.
That's
Um,
fair.
all
We've
right,
had a
so
lot of
then
good beer cart nights too.
next we're looking at Yas Marina, which is what like
Oh, we're
everybody.
doing it at night. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you? I mean, the thumbnail for Yas Marina is a night race, and it's very clearly like got put in the game to be a night track for people who want to race at night but want to still be able to see. Which I
Yeah.
don't know where's the fun in that, but whatever.
I mean, as far as people getting older, our eyes getting worse, I get it.
No, none of us. No, none of us are aging, and none of us will ever die. Because we're deviants, and it's. I mean, I just this past year turned 22 again. So,
You and
um,
Taylor Swift.
yeah, me and Taylor Swift, me and Tay Tay.
Yeah.
Don't say her name too much though, because we'll get like shut down or whatever.
That's that's fair. That and the mouse, right? He'll come
Yeah,
after you.
right. Don't mention the mouse and don't mention Tay Tay. And so then after Yas Marina, what everybody definitely expecting that we're going to do the new tracks. Actually, before we move off of Yas Marina, tell me, what do you think of it?
So I've only driven a little bit traveling for work and everything, which captains, if you're listening, you probably don't want to draft me. I'm probably gonna miss half the freaking races because of my work. But
Right.
uh, so I just have limited time on it right now. But what I have driven, it's fun. It's definitely a tight track, with just a couple places to really get a run on somebody. So I anticipate that one again being very tight, probably even more so than Goodwood because you can kind of spread out eventually in Goodwood. But I think with those multiple sharp hairpin corners it's going to be interesting, and we really need to watch our braking there.
Yeah,
There
big
will be
time.
incidents.
And it's sorry. And it's got an interesting pit lane too. So I think there would be testing around that pit area.
Yeah,
Just because if I'm not mistaken, it's in the middle of
it's
the
in a weird
lap. It's one of
spot. Yeah,
those. Yeah.
yeah,
So and then it's like got a huge long animation sequence where you have to come out of a tunnel and stuff, which is like great. It looks cool and all, but like it's gonna be a bear of a pit.
yeah.
So
I don't think it's as long as some other ones in the game, like the Mons, that one has a ridiculously long pit
Right?
especially for the entrance. That animation takes a long time, but that exit, you're going to definitely have to take that into consideration for your pit strategy.
Yeah, for sure. Um, all right, and then when we go back to the schedule, we go to Watkins Glen after that for our first weekend in March. Watkins Glen is like my one of my favorite tracks for sure.
It's always a good one. There's
Yeah,
always really good battles that we can have there. Everyone's fairly familiar with the track, kind of like Trial Mountain. People are familiar with it. You know what to expect. It's just a fun track to be around.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely it's kind of like a staple in the series and in the league, but for good
Yep.
reason. So I like it at night. I think it's one of the better ones at night. That's not like quote unquote like lit for night or whatever, because you go through the
Hmm.
bus stop and then it's like dark until you get back up to the stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. So um, and then last we've got the Circuit Gaël Villeneuve, if I said that correctly.
Your French is better than mine, man.
So um, only marginally. I just know more words. I still can't do an accent right. So we'll have to have Coma tell us if
Yeah.
if we did it right. So have you gotten on that one at all?
Maybe once. I couldn't even tell you the track at all to save my life. So,
No, it's like a pretty well known one in the real world kind of deal. And it's like you get on it and for my money, like we'll have fun. It is what it is, right? But like for my money, it's very much like Monza, and it's like a an F1 track. It is
okay, built
meant
for
for
speed.
just going.
Gotcha.
So we do
So,
have a an update too that everybody's filed in, and Captain Eli is officially on the clock for his first pick.
all right.
So
While we're doing that, what we're on the podcast. What you drinking?
oh, I have to do Christmas shopping right after this. So not alcohol. Not that I'm opposed to alcohol in the middle of the day on a Sunday, but I am drinking coffee. I'm having another cup of coffee. So and I'll have
Nice.
a beer when I go to the grocery store because there's a bar in my grocery store. Uh, so
McCabe
right
Rogers.
now I'm drinking fudge flavored coffee.
Oh, nice. In celebration of our promotion relegation race and the end of the season, I'm doing a Four Roses.
Nice. Nice. One of the
And
few one
then
of the few whiskeys I've ever tried where I've been like,
some high quality H2O, remember. And when you get
there
old,
you
you
go.
have to
Yeah.
hydrate. Glovis will learn this one day. When you're old, you have to hydrate.
Yeah. He's not the type of person to dehydrate like crazy. But speaking of Glovis, we have our first pick in, right?
We do.
And Glovis is going to be the pro teammate of Captain Eli.
Indeed. So first pick off the board. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised by that whatsoever. I'm not sure if you are. I mean, former season champion. I mean, just a good, consistent driver. If he can stop in his liveries putting that target on his trunk,
Right.
just so people
Right.
stop punting him.
There's something everybody just wants to tap that for the Mercedes.
I
So
know.
all right, and
We
Face
have
is cooking with gas, knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he's gonna take the number one spot for the GR4 car.
yeah, as an interesting pick. I mean, I think there's some really good drivers in Group 4 that are available, but I mean, we did see that, especially on the straights, some very big differences in the Group 4 cars and their top line speed with the ability to change the downforce. So, I wonder if that's part of his thought process there.
Hmm. I think that over the course of the us together, in the league or whatever, and doing this format, that GR4 cars and the GR4 group have kind of gotten more. They've become a more important part of the strategy.
Hmm.
Over the course of time, I think the first few seasons of this, it was always like and get the fastest driver possible, and then get the fastest GR3 possible because it's gonna, the GR4s or this, that, and the third. So it's nice to see it get its due.
Yeah.
So
And speaking of old strategies coming to light, Chaotica was on the clock and picked the first Group 3 car off the board.
here we go.
So one driver, two cars off the board, all in different categories, which I find quite interesting, different strategies at play. And Coma coming in hot
Here we go. All right.
with Preston off the board.
Mm-hmm. Preston is off the board. Chaotica's Comacopa's partner, excuse me.
Yeah. And that is, speaking of somebody that has moved up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Preston was just outside of that captaincy line there and had a great finish on the second race. He
Right.
did make a sacrifice to, the Deviant gods for that, but good finish for him.
Mm-hmm.
Much improved season.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and Preston's been slowly getting better and better and better. And then he didn't hit any kind of slump when he went to VR. He went to VR mid season, and didn't
Yeah.
hit any kind of slump whatsoever. Took to it like a duck takes to water.
Yeah, no,
So
that was amazing.
all right,
And
they are
just
moving
real
real quick
quick,
for us. So we've got Junkai takes number 2 spot on the GT3 car. And then with Zen's pick, he picks the number 3 spot for the GT3 car. Oh,
indeed. So yeah, people are seeing that, our pack of people race really tight, really close, and I guess they're thinking that the differentiator could be the car this season, with
right.
how close everyone is.
It was.
Everyone
I
wants to be
think that that's
comfortable.
more of the skill gap is shrinking, you know?
Hmm.
So, but I mean, I do know that Zen really he values the car, and he will find. I think Zen's strategy, and he can correct me out loud if he wants to, but I think that that his strategy is that he can put any good driver in a good car. He wants to be comfortable in his car,
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see where he goes with that. I get to get Preston off my
Yeah,
fancy
'cause
list here real quick.
we all know that Zen's going to test the hell out of the cars the next couple weeks on the tracks that we have. So whoever's going to be on his team with that pick is going to feel quite comfortable and have a fighting chance for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Especially with his strategies, Zen, his teams are always in the hunt for the top manufacturer.
I was gonna say too because he's always he's about I think the only person that could rival him as far as like putting the strategy kind of thing together would be you. It's both like very meticulous, slightly different styling, but very 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 meticulous.
Yeah,
And like you can really dial it in on if you've got Sully or if your captain is Zen.
yeah.
Um,
And to round out the first round, we have Vic taking Roy Mustang Sr. in GT4.
right.
And
That's sort
Captain
of
Eli
wild.
quickly firing back with a Group 3 car.
All right.
It's interesting. Almost all the cars, half the cars off the board in Group 3. One GT driver off. Oh, and I spoke too soon. Here comes Texas Speed off the board. Back into Group 3, where he is a former champion.
Nice. All right. Very cool. They are cooking with gas.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. So now we should start seeing a few more GR4 guys run in. So,
Who pretty soon.
We've still got as far as three. What we've got: Izzy, Dirksey, Thrasher, the newly minted K Morris. Let me get the roster up
Yeah.
here real quick for us. Oh, all right, that's what we're looking at now. Oh, Chaotica trying to grab Preston again. I don't feel bad about outing him on that. Oh,
Shout out to Preston, I guess. But
right.
yeah,
Shout out to
Gallica not paying
Preston.
attention.
Oh, but that leaves Chaotica with the number 2 pick for the Group 4 car.
Yep. So he's got both his cars now. Number one pick and a number two pick.
Mm-hmm.
So it can narrow down your list if you're on Chaotica's team to just a couple cars and really get the feel for them this season.
Maybe Chaotica's listening and he wants to draft me. So,
I,
not that I
I
can pick
will
a
say,
car.
having the number 14 pick in the one season where everything was together, that was rough testing. So I kind of understand getting an early pick. Man,
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was bad. That was bad. Cuz like what I had to have 13 alternate or 12 alternates, you had to have 13 or whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
it got rough for
yeah.
sure. Um
So really, it was just like gut feeling on the car and whatnot.
mhm.
It was pretty bad, but it was a good season. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure. So the I liked my car that season. So and it served like a good driver well. Like Bongit was my partner at that point. Um so and like we found a good one. So it's definitely easier. I do like that we're back to GT4 as well. I have to say, I really like those cars. We all joke about like maybe Merc wanted to sandbag, stay in GT4, ha ha ha. Maybe so and so, such and such. Let's bring it back. If I were to get to the point where I'd be in the promo relegation race, I would call in sick on it and stay a Group 4 driver, I think. So,
I think they have
Preston
more
gets picked
personnel.
a third time.
Well, you skipped Coma's pick there, my dude.
I'm
Coma
just
did
being
pick up
funny. So,
Jim.
all right, Komakopa is getting his driver roster in order, and he has selected Jim. Um,
Who did pretty well in the promotion relegation. I know it's kind of back of the pack there, but it was clean driving. I was watching him the entire time, so good on him. Way to be up there,
mm-hmm.
with fast guys. And then Jonkai quickly, after making fun of Chaotica for trying to pick up Preston again, uh, picks up Dirksey.
All right. That's that's obviously that's an obvious choice, right?
I think so. I mean, he was previously Group 3, did really well with the Group 4s with this past season. Obviously did well in the promotion relegation race, and he's back up in the Group 3. Probably he was competitive. I think he just missed. He got bumped down because I'm pretty sure he just missed some races with, work and everything. I can definitely feel for that. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be competitive again if he's a little more stable this season.
And it like wasn't even just a work thing. It was like a military style work thing where it
Yeah.
like moved him across the country.
You
So
can't really say no. I'm taking the day off. Like,
right, right. You can't. Yeah, like well, you could like set up your like rig and a generator in the back of a U-Haul, and while he's moving, you could have just right.
yeah.
Uh,
And Zin coming in with Thrasher off the board.
there
Let's
we
shout out to
go.
Thrasher finally getting that promotion, man. Good job, Thrasher. We've been waiting on that for a while. We knew you'd get up soon.
Right. I know Thrasher's really killed it like lately. He's really starting to like cook with gas. I know we've been saying that a lot. It showed up in F1 too. He like really started like kicking unholy butt. So, all right.
Oh, Vic just joking around trying to draft another captain.
Oh gosh.
I think. right? Yep. He's trying to draft Chaotica. Come on, Vic.
Okay.
We know it's late at night for you. Just have some marinara, give yourself a little boost,
Have some marinara.
Let's go.
All right. In case Vic is watching the stream and needs a refresher, this is what our current roster availability is looking like. So, all right.
There we go.
There
All
we
right.
go. Mercury, who, who, it looked like would have been back up there had he not gone for the second pit.
Yeah, he was stably in number four again, thinking it might have been a fuel issue. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if he topped off during his first pit, but if he didn't, then I definitely think it was probably he was going to be just short on fuel because it looked like people were burning about 55, 57% fuel at the halfway mark. So you were just going to be outside of the limits with fuel for the full stint.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
speaking of Mercury, as one of the guys who kind of really spearheaded and was joking around about lemons, let's just give a shout out to everybody who not only showed up for lemons, but guys, $10,000 fundraise for the Prostate Cancer Foundation. That's
Right.
awesome. This is a great community, to be able to do that, sponsor and like help these guys, all the support, not only for us that went out to the track, but everyone else that was streaming it, giving encouragement. That was kind of a really cool experience to be a part of.
Yeah. Yeah. Super, super jealous. Had it on in the house like all weekend up on the TV. Like, there were like hour long, 2 hour long chunks of just like the interior of the Mustang and like
Yeah.
kind of like muted conversation going on. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm there. But like really to like, pull it to the charity thing again, like you kind of sit back and like, oh wow, our video game club became a real life thing and everybody had so much fun. And then it's like, holy crap, we raised 10 grand for charity. So yeah, like
Yeah.
hats off to everybody. Big time.
And, the team working together, really clicking. It was awesome to be there to get it back on track for those dead times. And shout out to Silo, who's really troubleshooting the anti-theft system, that issue we had. And it took some hours, but he never gave up on it, found a solution. They're able to get back on track and finish the race out.
It was
Um,
it was kind of cool retrospectively that there was the drama. I know that more track time would have been cool, but like I don't know, it made for a story, you know? So, and as we go on, we're looking at the next pick was Captain Eli, who is now filling out a GTD roster and has picked none other than Sully himself. How,
yeah,
how you feeling about that,
appreciate
man?
that. I think he drafted me way too high. Sorry, Captain Eli. Like I mentioned, I'm not only slow, but I don't get much practice and I'm gone all the time for work. So, the next person face took Saito, which is the more consistent Sully at this point. So, you
well,
should have flipped that up, Captain Eli.
well,
Uh,
also, if he doesn't mind me saying a massive mistake, way too high again, way too high, way too high up there. I do feel I've been practicing more. Um, VR got me like rehooked in a way I didn't think I could get rehooked. So
nice.
yeah, so hopefully I won't be terrible. Let's hope I get a good partner. So all right, and then Chaotica picking up K Morris.
Yeah, nice. Also getting back up into the Group 3 cars. So congrats there with after today's race. So that
Mm-hmm.
looking at our roster, it looks like that only leaves one pro driver left, Izzy. So
I can bring it up. I'm just adding because
yeah,
we've
no
got
worries.
Komakopa has selected the next GR4 car pick, which is 5. Let's
Well,
pull up
don't skip
our.
over Junk Guy's pick of Arcane, who is coming back to the grid. Excited to see him back. he was really fast when he was with us before, so he's
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to be have to one to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm happy to
If
have
you had
Arcane
race
back.
with
That's
him.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And back in GTD, where like you said, he, like previously completely dominated.
Yeah,
Um,
like destroyed us all
yeah.
without even blinking.
All right. Sorry, I'm just catching up.
You're good. Which car slot was Coma picking? I
Coma
have
picked
just a
5.
for the okay, so that's a Group 3 car.
Yep, he got a GR3
All
spot.
right.
Yep.
Mine's just showing a link, so that was
Your
weird. Technical
your
issues.
oh, Coma is just showing a link. No, it's above
Yeah.
it's above that in the chat. So,
Ah, okay, yep.
I think he tried to put a GIF in there or something and make a joke, but it's not coming through. So let's see,
Just like
and
me trying to do
get
dad jokes
Arcane
around my
in
wife.
there. All caps,
All right.
yelling about Arcane. Apparently, I'm gonna leave it.
Nice.
I'm gonna leave it. So there you go. Cool. So we've got. Let's bring our roster back up.
Yeah.
So we've got Izzy. Um, got Izzy as the pro driver left on the board,
Yep.
which he's gonna have to go to Vic. So might as well just fill that in real quick. So we'll
Yeah,
wait
go.
for Vic to say it, obviously.
Yeah, we'll see exactly.
But
We'll see what the pick is. I mean,
yeah,
sorry, Izzy, at this point, Vic has no incentive to go and pick you, but we know where you're at. That's no dig. He's just got to strategize what he's going to get next.
and then a few more cars, especially the GR4. GR4 is pretty wide open. We've got
Hmm.
numbers 7 and 6, so I'm not going to say it in the other order. Um, for GR3 cars to get picked. Mm.
Yeah. And lots of GTD to fill out as well.
A lot, yeah. So there we go.
So
All right,
let's
Zen is
pull.
Zen is on the
Let's,
clock, and he is chewing that time. Oh, for sure.
yep. So thinking back to this past season, speaking of absolute domination, it wasn't an early runaway, but Cam too. Again, back in with that Volkswagen
I know, dude.
twice now,
I know.
just taking it
He
to us.
picked the VW, and I like immediately was like, oh, I should have picked the Sylvia. Like, oh no. Because like when back when we were both on that grid, there were like he dominated, but like I actually like could see him sometimes. And in the Mazda, like I never saw Cam. So
Yeah,
um but Cam, good luck with like real life stuff. Hope to see you back real soon. Oh,
100%.
all right. And now it looks like Zen has finally made a decision, and his decision is dollars per win. So he's gone for his first GTD driver. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Which puts, I think, Vic on the clock. There we go. Nope. Nope. They're
Yep.
going, they're cooking
He
again.
shot forward pretty fast. Yep.
Yep. All right. So now Vic's got the number 3 pick for GR4. Nice.
Hmm.
All
And
right.
Yunkai firing back real quick, saying he wants that next Group 4 car.
Mm-hmm.
So he's number 4.
But you missed it. We've got K2 Mars. Goes to Captain Eli.
Yes,
Right?
indeed. Yep.
All right. And then let's see here. Shouldn't we have had, hold on. We've got Zen pick dollars. Then we've got
Yep.
Vic. And then we got Captain Eli. So now it's actually
Uh,
face
you,
on the clock. Junkai is typing GR4 for what? So, because it's actually Face's pick, right?
Eli, I mean, I'm trying to look at my order here.
Yeah, it's
Pick.
here. Let me. Yeah, the orders.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, Junk, I should not have picked group four there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
All
taking
right.
him off. There we go. That's on me.
All right. So Face is
Phase is
up.
in
Let's
though.
see who Face picks to be my teammate. Who do we have left? A
Who do
lot.
you?
A lot, a
Yeah,
lot,
there's
a
a lot of
lot. Oh, I got to
people.
take Mars off, don't I?
Yeah.
Mars was briefly with Mars was briefly on my team back in the Team Toyota days on the Supra. Um,
So
came
yeah.
in. Yeah, he got like it was like a mid-season find in sport mode, and didn't wasn't able to race a whole lot. But then we've seen him off and on in F1. And he's good. He's fast because when we got him in and we qualified him back in the day in the Team Toyota stuff, he was a pro driver. He qualified higher, so
Oh,
he's a really good
dang.
pick as well. Uh, all right, and we've got more picks coming in off the board. We are looking at Chaotica has picked Fate. Yeah, Face has picked
Yep.
Siam.
Yep, that's your teammate.
There we go. And Chaotica has picked Ozzy. And Coma has fired back with a GR4 pick. He is number 4.
Yep. Junkai, you can't go out of order. You're skipping the line.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Junkai has rounded out his team with Kuroskai.
Nice.
Very cool. So that's going to be, we've got some strong teams showing up for sure. Also definitely like it's cool to see, it's cool to see it get mixed up. I don't think, I mean, I know I haven't been on a team with Tex or Siam. I know you've been there with Glovis, but Captain Eli and Mars are kind of new. Like it's a lot
Yeah,
of
I haven't driven with those guys.
yeah.
Could be fun.
All right,
And Zen
Zen has
firing. He
picked a
wants the next
GR4
4.
car,
Mm-hmm.
so he is number 5. Coming down to the wire now. Vic is either picking his GR3 or picking his partner. If we look here,
Well, we know who his partner's going to be, Izzy.
oh yeah,
But
that's right.
so does he? What else does he need though? He needs Group 3 car. I mean, might as well get that, not the last one, in my
Yeah,
opinion. But
yeah, it'd be silly to do it a different way, right?
my opinion. But
It is Vic, and it is late over there in Italy, so who knows?
indeed,
Is it late? It's only 5 o'clock. I don't know how time works. It's like 5 or 6 o'clock over there. It's not late at all.
yeah, it's evening. Yeah, you're right. He's just getting ready to go out and troll the bars for everybody.
Yeah, right. All right, so we've got as far as group 4, I'm just catching us up really quick. It looks like we've got left to pick Slug and Shiesty or Binkett.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
surprised no one's picked up Binkett yet. I mean,
Right.
he
I
was just
know.
in the promo relegation race. I mean, he's a fast driver. So interesting. I wonder if people are just forgetting that he didn't get bumped up
Yeah, I mean,
and he is
it's
available.
it's. I think that there is like a blindness that you can kind of get to with some of this, where you see a familiar name, um,
Yeah,
and you don't know how under pressure, somebody has a plan, and then they see the clock, and everybody's joking around in chat, and they're like, and then they go to getting something else. So
there we go.
let's see here. All right,
Vic
and
finally
Vic,
flipped his coin
yeah, Vic flipped his coin for sure.
and went with the Group 4 car. I mean, the Group 3 car.
All right, which puts him at number 6 for that.
Yep.
which then gives him, we'll go ahead and put it in
Yep.
there. That is not how you spell Izzy.
And
I'm
Captain
not a smart
Eli.
man.
So since it's the last round, Captain Eli is gonna need his group 4 car.
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoops, that's 6. He'll get
Mm-hmm.
that. And then that means Chaotica picks somebody.
Yep.
Because Face obviously gets the very dead last pick for group 3s. So we're now just kind of waiting on how this all turns
Yep.
out, because Junkai will then get the 7th pick for group 4s. So now we're just kind of seeing who gets to divvy this up. Chaotica picks one of our remainers. Komakopa picks one of our remaining GTD, and then Zen picks one of our remaining GTD. So let's see how
Yep.
this all shakes out in the end here.
And so let's see who is in that order. So just Captain Eli, then Face. So Face already because his car, so Chaotica's the decision maker, and he goes with Slug.
He's going to go with Slug? Excellent, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Happy to see Slug coming back to full time, too.
100%. Old hat coming back.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so now we've got Komakopa has picked Shiesty.
All right.
All right, Koma. Which then puts Zen with Binkit. There you go. All right. And season 5.1 draft is complete. There you go. We'll bring it up on the screen here really quick so everybody can get a really good look at it. And I'll get a screen cap of that, throw it in the Discord. So, but there you go. We've got Captain Eli with Glovis, and then Sully and Mars. Face, Tex, Cytosium, Chaotica, Morris, Ozzy Slug. Team Coma with Preston, Jim, and Shiesty. Junkai with Dirksy, Arcane, and Kurskai. Kind of not doing an OG, but definitely doing like a long-standing Deviant like member of the team again.
Those guys have definitely been around for a while.
Right? And then Zen and Thrasher, Vic, Izzy, and then dollars per win Binkit, and then Vic with Izzy, Mustang, and Mercury, who I expect will be our next promotion. So, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count Arcane or Dollars or even Binky. Like those guys are fast. I know they've had a few inconsistency issues in the past, and that's kind of kept them out of that promo relegation. But those guys can put down some damn good laps.
I just want to put it out there right now that my prediction is solidly Mercury goes up next. I won't make any other predictions until we get into this and see what car picks, maybe a race or two in. But I think this is Mercury's last GT4 season. No, at least
Back
for
to
a
his
while.
home in Group 3s.
Hmm?
Back to his home in Group 3s.
Back home. So homeward bound. Very cool.
All right. What team's sticking out to you as the one to take it home this season?
Mine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm seeing yeah. Cause Tex is really, really good. It's been a captain before. Siam is really, really fast as well. Or at least can be. Face is good. I like my team. I think we look good. So I'm excited to have the GR4, the number 1 pick. So I'll have to hit up Siam and see if the Sylvia is on the table. So that might be right away. As far as, Junkai's team is really, really solid. Like you said, Dirksy freshly moved up. Arcane definitely a threat, a huge threat. Zen's got a solid team. I mean, honestly, everything looks really, really well balanced. Not to give a
Yeah,
cop out answer. What about you?
I speaking of the balance, and I think it's slightly more top heavy than any other team. I'm looking at Vic's team. Vic, Izzy, Roy Mustang Sr., and Mercury. I think they're going to get solid top five finishes out of Roy Mustang and Mercury in Group Four a good bit, as well as Vic's always up in the contention for top three, and Izzy's in top five contention all the time as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that team, just for the consistency of top five finishes, I think that team is the one to watch,
Right on.
especially with Vic getting some of those early car picks.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, I mean, he's only got the early one for GR4. His GR3 is basically like,
Like,
you
yeah,
know,
but I mean, we're not really ruling any cars out this season, so
that's
it's
true.
a pretty open bank.
So,
Um,
well, I mean, open bank and you still see like massive differences show up. So, and like Chaotica's got basically like the run of it, you know.
yeah,
So I think, your top 3 car picks are all going to be on a parity if your captain, you know, has like a good handle on stuff. So,
100%.
very,
All right,
very
before we
cool.
sign off, let's kind of run through real quick some of the next events on the schedule, for reminders for everyone.
Okay.
So next up on Wednesday, looks like we have DMR series
No.
coming up.
No, I've got to edit that
So
cuz that's Christmas Eve. Um
yeah, I was about to
I
say that's bold choice, Cotton.
Yeah, no, I went in and I did a quick one because I was like, well, it's moving to Wednesdays. So DMR is what F1 is becoming. There's going to be a rule sheet that drops. Everything's changing about it, and it's moving to Wednesdays. I probably am going to have a lobby open with like the new rules in the car and everything on Christmas Eve. Probably not at the right time, and that's just because I want to goof off on Christmas Eve. The following Wednesday is New Year's Eve, and that's not happening
Mhm.
either. So that's gonna get edited here in a minute, but that'll pick up in the new year. So and it'll start and it'll go. It'll be like a beer carts thing. It'll start and go every Wednesday, and it's gonna become much more casual. And that's all I'll say about it right now. So
All right. Let's look at we got the endurance race coming up as well
yep,
on the 28th, looks like.
yep. So it's our own lemons race. We feel like we've kind of like done a lot of Road Atlanta. The thought was to do Road Atlanta again, but we just kind of been playing it a lot in game lately, so we moved it to one that has a very similar kind of like the way Chaotica put it, hometown feel. We're gonna do that at Watkins Glen. Um, get your lemons. We're using the new year filter, so you can't have a car that's any younger than the year 2000. Everything brand central. No Lamborghinis. It's a lemons race. Show up with something that's like a rusty piece of crap. So, um, yeah, and a tuner race. It should be fun. It should be fun. We've made the pit stops long and stuff. We're gonna, we're trying to lemons it up. So,
Yeah, and with that, extra points if you break down on lap one, turn one, just to simulate what really happened with us.
yeah, I've been
Um,
I've been working on coding a cheat in the game to drop my drive shaft. So, are you gonna do this one? Do it.
I might. I'll be potentially around. I don't know my schedule yet.
Do it. All right,
No,
I'm
no.
done.
Gotta if you're just saying that, you gotta do it right.
All right.
You know, help the team. Do it.
Okay. All right.
But
All right. I'm gonna laugh too hard, but I really wanted to do a cornholio bit. So everybody just self-insert a good cornholio bit. All
yep.
right.
All right. And then after the endurance, a week later, January 4th, we're kicking off one make. And so what time's that our one make at? I've only done one season of that, so I'm really bad at knowing when that is.
It's normal times. It's like
Normal
10.
time. Oh, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's at like a normal Sunday time. No, it's not. No, it's not. One make is the one
No,
that
I'm
happens
about to
after.
say,
One make's like at 1 o'clock or
yeah,
something like
that's what I'm
that.
just looking at. 1:15 p.m. Eastern time looks like, and immediately following the one make series, so roughly an hour later is going to be the card draft for season 5.1.
There we go.
So heads up on there. Uh, Glovis Cup is showing. That's right. It's because Glovis Cup is before one make, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever Glovis Cup is becoming. So that's at the normal race time, 10:45 a.m.
There we go. All right, so everybody
Uh,
get to testing, and then as much as you can with the holidays. So, um, you got anything else?
just a reminder, post your Secret Santa gifts
Oh yeah.
opening on packaging if you got them. We've only had a few come through so far. Mailing this time of year I know is busy, but post those in there. That's always a fun thing. I wish I had participated this year again, but I wasn't sure where I was going to be. Literally, I made my schedule and travel schedule pretty late this year, so
I know. I like
maybe next year.
I decided I was gonna do it, and then like looked at Discord to like go and tell like Glovis real quick, like I'm gonna do Secret Santa, and then saw that like it had already. He's like it was like days
Yeah,
past when I could have said it, and I was like, well, that's what I get. So yeah, I'm gonna do it again
yeah,
next year for sure. So because that was fun the first year. Everybody post those. We might have some like random holiday crap show up. We always do a holiday race. We're gonna have the endurance, and that might kind of take that place. Just kind of keep an eye on the Discord because we're always at this like
yeah,
lull time, end of the year holidays. There's always crap that just kind of springs up. Didn't we do like a rally race for New Year's Eve one year at like Lake Louise or
yeah,
some shit? Like,
yeah. I think I still
so
got delivery for that. It was because Lake Louise had just dropped. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, yeah.
So
So keep an eye on Discord, people. Announce stuff, and yeah. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good shit.
yeah, everybody enjoy. Be safe if you're traveling. Uh, and yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys on track or for the next draft.
All right.
Keep it testing.
Nice having you, Deviants.
See
Take
ya.
it easy.